Listen, every year I see people destroy their engines by cleaning the throttle body wrong. One bad spray, one mistake with a screwdriver, and suddenly the car shakes. The idle bounces everywhere, and the check engine light comes on. They have no idea what happened. Before you touch anything in your engine bay, watch this whole video. One mistake here and you could damage the throttle body permanently, kill a sensor, or corrupt your ECU. I am going to show you exactly how professional mechanics do this. No shortcuts, no guessing. At the end, I will share something almost nobody knows. A simple trick that keeps your throttle body clean for 20,000 miles without touching it again. What is a throttle body anyway? The throttle body is the air gate to your engine. Every time you step on the gas pedal, a metal plate opens up. This lets air flow into the cylinders where it mixes with fuel and creates power. That metal plate is your throttle plate. It opens, it closes, it controls how your engine breathes. After 30,000 or 40,000 miles, carbon buildup coats that plate. Oil residue sticks to the sides. Dirt accumulates around the edges. The plate stops opening and closing smoothly. Your idle becomes rough. Your throttle response slows down. You feel vibration at red lights. Eventually, the check engine light turns on. That is when people panic and start spraying cleaners everywhere. That is also when they make expensive mistakes. The 4 mistakes that cost people real money. Mistake 1. Spraying cleaner while the throttle body is still bolted to the car. The cleaner does not stay where you spray it. It flows backward into the intake manifold and gets sucked toward the oxygen sensor and the MAF sensor. You short-circuit these sensors. The car either will not start or produces white smoke from the tailpipe. I have seen this happen multiple times. Mistake 2. Not disconnecting the battery first. While you are touching the throttle plate, the motor is still powered. The ECU is still watching. When you move the plate by hand, the ECU records that position as wrong. You get trouble codes P0505 and P0219. The idle shakes. The RPM bounces between 500 and 2000. The whole cabin vibrates. Mistake 3. Using the wrong cleaner. WD-40, brake cleaner, carb cleaner, all cheap, all wrong. These products destroy the special non-stick coating inside the throttle body. The plate sticks. It does not close properly. The engine runs rough forever. You end up needing a $400 to $600 throttle body replacement because of a $5 can of cleaner. Mistake 4. Scrubbing too hard with wire brushes or screwdrivers. That internal coating is thin. One scratch is enough to mess up airflow. The ECU reads incorrect data. The idle becomes permanently unstable. You caused the problem yourself. I have diagnosed cars where the owner cleaned the throttle body one time and then spent months trying to figure out why it runs so bad. The damage was done in 5 minutes. When should you actually clean this thing? Your car tells you. When the idle shakes during cold starts. When you press the gas and the engine responds slowly. When the RPM jumps or the car stalls at red lights. When the check engine light comes on with codes like P2119, P0505, or P2101. Grab a flashlight and look inside the throttle body opening. If you see thick black carbon that looks wet and shiny like paint, clean it. If the inside is shiny and the plate moves freely, leave it alone. It does not need cleaning yet. Now let me show you the right way. Tools you need: an 8mm or 10mm socket set to remove the air intake tube, a flathead screwdriver, a soft brush with natural bristles, not wire, a clean microfiber towel, one specific cleaner, CRC throttle body cleaner. That is it. Nothing else. Do not use WD-40. Do not use carburetor cleaner. Do not use general purpose degreasers. CRC is designed for throttle bodies. It dissolves carbon without damaging the coating. It costs $10 and it is the only cleaner that matters for this job. Step 1. Disconnect the negative battery terminal. Use a wrench to loosen the nut. Pull the cable away from the battery and keep it separated. This prevents the ECU from recording incorrect data while you work. Leave it disconnected the entire time. Remove the air intake hose that connects to the throttle body. Loosen the clamp and slide it off. Here is the important part. Cover the MAF sensor with a clean towel. Just drape it loosely over the sensor. The cleaner can damage that sensor in seconds if it touches it. Make sure you are working in a well-ventilated area. The cleaner is flammable. Keep it away from any sparks or heat. Now comes the actual cleaning. This is where most people mess up. If your throttle body has a mechanical plate, gently open it by hand to about halfway. If it is electronic, ask someone to sit in the car and press the gas pedal halfway while you work. Do not force the plate if it resists. If the motor is too stiff, do not push it. You could break the motor inside. Here is the critical step that separates correct from wrong. Do not spray the cleaner directly into the throttle body. I know it sounds logical, but it is backwards. Spray the cleaner onto your microfiber towel instead. Make it damp but not soaking wet. Now use that damp towel to wipe the inside surfaces. Wipe the edge of the throttle plate where most carbon collects. You will see the towel turn black. That black is years of carbon and oil. If buildup remains stubborn, spray a little cleaner onto your soft brush and scrub gently in circles. Keep scrubbing until the surface becomes shiny. Do not use a wire brush. Do not use hard tools. Soft brush only. After you finish wiping, grab a clean dry towel and wipe everything one more time to remove residue. Then let it air dry for 10 to 15 minutes. Never flood the throttle body with cleaner. A few sprays are enough. Too much cleaner flows into the intake manifold and causes hard starting or white smoke. Once everything is dry, reconnect the air intake hose and tighten the clamp. Now reconnect the battery terminal and tighten the nut. But do not start the engine yet. You need to do one more step that 90% of people skip. Reset the ECU. This is why most people end up with a shaking idle after cleaning. When you clean the throttle body, the airflow changes completely. But the ECU is still using old data from before you cleaned. It keeps adjusting fuel based on outdated information. The air-to-fuel ratio goes wrong. The engine shakes, the idle jumps, error codes pop up. The fix takes 10 minutes and solves everything. Disconnect the negative battery terminal again for at least 10 minutes. This clears all the temporary data the ECU stored. After 10 minutes, reconnect it. Now start the car and let it idle without touching the accelerator for 10 minutes straight. Just let it sit and run. During this time, the ECU is relearning how to control idle with the new airflow. After 10 minutes, turn off the engine. Restart it. The idle will now stabilize completely. If you have a scan tool, you can speed this up. Select Idle Relearn or ETCS Relearn in the menu. The ECU relearns in about 30 seconds. But if you do not have a scan tool, the battery disconnect method works perfectly fine. This is the step people skip, and it is why they end up with a shaking car for weeks after cleaning. Then they blame the throttle body, or the ECU, or the engine. The problem with skipping a 10-minute reset procedure. If your throttle body is really dirty, if you see thick carbon that looks painted on, or the throttle plate sticks and barely moves, do not force it. Do not spray aggressively. That pushes the carbon deeper into the motor and sensors. At that point, remove the entire throttle body assembly. Unplug the electrical connector. Remove the 4 bolts holding it to the intake manifold. When you pull it off, you will see a rubber gasket. If it is dry, cracked, or hardened, throw it away and buy a new one. A new gasket costs $5 to $10 and prevents air leaks. This step saves you from vacuum leak problems later. Now soak the metal part in CRC cleaner for 10 to 15 minutes. Do not let the electric motor or sensors touch the liquid. Those are extremely sensitive. After soaking, use a soft brush to clean every corner. Dry it completely. Move the throttle plate by hand to test it. It should move smoothly without sticking. If it sticks, soak it a bit longer. Once it moves freely, you are ready to reinstall it. Bolt it back on evenly. Do not over-tighten the bolts. Throttle bodies are aluminum. You can crack it if you torque too hard. Then reconnect the electrical connector and the air intake hose. Now repeat the ECU reset procedure. Disconnect the battery for 10 minutes. Reconnect it. Let the engine idle for 10 minutes without touching the accelerator. This lets the ECU relearn with the clean throttle body in place. How often should you do this? For normal driving, clean it every 30,000 to 40,000 miles or every 2 years. If you drive mostly in the city with constant stop-and-go traffic, or if your car has automatic start-stop, clean it sooner. Around 15,000 to 20,000 miles. Do it at the same time you replace your air filter and clean your MAF sensor. These 3 components all affect intake air directly. Doing them together takes advantage of the same work window. By staying on schedule, your throttle response stays crisp, your idle stays smooth, your fuel economy stays good. The secret that almost nobody knows. After you clean the throttle body and everything runs smoothly, spray a very thin layer of silicone coating around the throttle plate edges. This prevents dust and carbon from sticking as fast. It extends the time before you need to clean again. Some people go 20,000 miles without another cleaning because of this coating. It is a small trick, but it saves time and money. If you clean everything and the car still shakes or idles rough, the problem is not the throttle body, it is either a vacuum leak somewhere or a bad IAC valve. That is a different problem that requires different diagnosis. Here is what I ask. If this video helped you understand your car better, subscribe. New subscribers get videos every week about problems people actually face with their cars. Mistakes that cost real money. Fixes that actually work. Solutions that save you hundreds at the mechanic shop. Subscribe now and you will never waste money on a repair you could have done yourself. Thanks for watching. If you have questions about your specific car, leave a comment below. I read them and I respond.